This is episode 6 of Avos Strength Insights. Today is going to be a little bit different. It's Clarence's last day filming with us as co-host. He's stepping away from Avos Strength, but I wanted to take the chance to kind of look back on his time with us, see what's next, and to just say thanks. So let's start off. What are kind of looking back on your journey with Avos Strength? When you started with Avos Strength, what were you kind of hoping to get out of the experience?
So Avos was my second paid job in like the fitness industry. Like I've had volunteer experience beforehand, still do, but everything else that I was paid for was like group work. So then I really wanted to see what it was like training like one-on-one with a client, what responsibilities came with that, and just like exploring that aspect. Because I know in the future I did and I still want to eventually return back to like one-on-one sessions too.
Okay, cool. What do you think changed the most in kind of your coaching style and mindset?
I think my like choice of exercises which I guess kind of fits into my coaching style.
Yeah.
Because before it'd be like squat, bench, deadlift.
Yeah, very much like from your sport before?
Yeah, from like my powerlifting background. But then as like I started coaching more of like the clients that you gave me through your programs and then eventually my programs, I just realized how much more exercises there were and how much more specific you could target, or you could make your program to like choose like a specific movement that you want to improve or like a specific injury that you want to try and prevent and everything like that.
Awesome. Yeah, I love that. I think it's really easy to kind of get stuck in what you're used to. And like even myself as a coach that's been in the industry for a long time, like there's always something to learn, like literally always something to learn. So whether you're being exposed to it through your work or through your own training, like I always hire another coach like to write a program for me, just because it's nice to be exposed to something different and, you know, get a different perspective on whether it's like training or exercise selection or prescription, that type of thing, right? Yeah. Sweet. Is there a moment or a lesson from the gym, anything that kind of stuck with you?
It's kind of from the gym and outside the gym. Just I remember I was working with a new client and then I was looking at their program and I was like, wow, I know like one of these exercises, and it was like the front squat, and then everything else was like, oh, I've never heard of that. So I just like watching the videos, like seeing how you cued it and then working through it in my head, like, oh, okay, so like this is really targeting that for this person, and then we're building it with this because this person's history is that. I don't want to like go into private details of the client.
Fair.
That's why I'm being very vague. But so working through that on my own time before the session, and then like coming into the session and actually like I did the movements on myself so I could be like, okay, like this is what this feels like.
Smart coach. Every coach. If you're a new coach listening, never give a client an exercise without testing it yourself.
Yeah. One, you should know how it should feel like for them, and two, it just lets you know like what cues you can use.
Yeah.
And then applying those cues to the client and then seeing like what worked for them, because like these were exercises that I've never done before, where previously in all the other places I've worked at, it's like, okay,
you're giving somebody a row or a squat or a TRX row. It's not like, I don't know, like some random thing,
perpendicular foam roller, single leg deadlift, or what you call it.
Exactly. Yeah, front facing foam roller deadlift with a contralateral load. It's like, what? Which, I apologize to all of our clients when we have names that go on like that, but otherwise it's really hard to find it in an exercise library.
Very fair.
And so we might have touched a little bit on this, but what did you learn about yourself as a coach, kind of as a person during your time?
I think I learned that I am very introverted, because in group sessions, it's very easy to just like put on that, be like, all right, let's go.
Which is surprising, because usually group sessions, you'd like assume that like the extrovert is where they really shine, right?
But I think for me, it's because like you don't really have to like connect with the person, really.
Fair.
Like you're just going, you're encouraging. But then with personal training, like I like learned how to like, this doesn't sound dumb, but I learned how to talk to people and like build connections with them
100%.
Outside of like just like a friend that I meet in class.
Yeah.
And it was just like every time I'd meet a new client coming in for either like their first session with me or like an assessment, it was always just like nice to like actually learn about them, so you could build that rapport
Totally.
with them, and then actually like have an enjoyable session together.
Yeah, no, I think that's a really good point. Like that's a big difference between working kind of one-on-one in the private sector versus working with either groups or with an athletic setting, is that, like you said, you can't just be like, okay, we're going to do this exercise, and you demonstrate it to do it, and then on the rest you're just like
watching,
deadpan silent,
or you're being like, good work.
yeah, exactly, or something that doesn't equate to anything. Like you said, it's all about building that trust, building that relationship, and that's a big part about why people want to come back.
Yeah.
Like if their session's not enjoyable, I'm sorry, they can just go on like ChatGPT to write them a program and just do it and have the deadpan silence, or scroll on their phone. But it's the relationship building that is what sets it apart in terms of like personal one-on-one training, that type of thing, where people want to come back. Like they want to have an enjoyable experience, right? Yeah. So yeah, that's awesome. I like that.
And also like by having that rapport, like they're more likely to actually tell you like the honest truth of like how the program's feeling or how the exercise is feeling, if they need to change something, and like all of that. So it just like not only like makes the session more enjoyable for both of you, but it's just like it makes it so that you can improve your coaching for them, basically.
Yeah, no, 100%. So yeah, I love that. Like communication is key. I think all the staff that Avos Strength, especially the junior coaches that come through, we run them through like a 3-month mentorship, and one of the pieces in it was all about communication. So like you said, like creating that trust, that engagement, getting to know who the person is as an individual. What did they have for dinner? Like what are their hobbies outside? Try and find connections and things that you guys can relate with. So yeah, that's awesome. So what's next for you? Like I know that you're doing your master's, so you just started. Mm-hmm. What does kind of that look like? What are you most excited about for that?
For my master's, I'm pretty excited to like just learn again, because like I was out of school for like 9 months, which is like to most people like that's probably not a lot, but to someone who was like high school, post-second, or like college, university, like straight, and then you have that like over half a year of like no school, it was like, what is going on? Like I need to do something, and I start working. But I'm just super excited to learn again. And like all the courses I have right now, at least there's a lot of like guest lecturers from like experts in the industry and like the top of the top.
That's awesome.
Because like the profs are also the top of the top.
Yeah.
So then it's just like knowing what their experiences are like, how their life how their work actually looks like. It's really nice.
That's awesome.
Very eye-opening.
What kind of impact do you want to have in the field long term? Like it doesn't have to be massive. You don't have to be like, I want to be this, like, it could be something small, right?
Can I tie it to the second question?
You can, yeah. So the second question is there a specific kind of direction or area that you want to specialize in industry?
Like if you asked me this, like 2 months ago, I would have said like high performance sport, because who doesn't want to do high performance sport?
Everybody. That is the answer of every single young coach, especially if they're doing like
a master's.
Exactly. Yeah.
But then, not that I don't want to necessarily do that, but I think I've found that with my very limited experience in high performance sport and my more experience in like youth sport, I found that I just enjoy both, but I really like working with young athletes. Awesome. Just because like if you have a good group, which all my groups are. I'm not actually working with any youth athletes right now. So.
That's okay. I love it.
But like they're so eager, they're so fun, they have such high energy.
Yeah. And
then just being able to see like their progress in the span of just like one season, it's great. And then seeing them like come back too, and seeing them like super hyped up to start lifting, especially at that young of an age, it's just like it's really nice.
I love that. Yeah. I always and like you said, like that age group, I agree, is great. They're like sponges, literally like sponges. They absorb everything. They also usually don't have any like, depending on who you're working with, but if they haven't been kind of streamlined into one sport, if they've had a pretty wide range of other sports and exposure, they usually move pretty well, which like you said, like they're adaptable, they pick up on things easy, so you can see like really big strides in progress, which is awesome. 100%. Yeah, I love that. So then in terms of building into that, like in terms of impact that you want to have in the field, so mainly kind of working in the sports setting, or where do you see yourself going from here?
Like I want to be within a mix of like with that youth sport setting or high performance sport, if that's where life takes me, and like private personal training or like in a like as a kinesiologist in a clinic or something like that. So a mix of both. But I think my passion would be youth sport and just helping athletes like develop.
Awesome. Yeah, I love that. And so, yeah, what would you say to young coaches that are just starting out?
I have two. Okay, so I have one just for like the young professional, I guess, because that's what I guess I am. Is like just say yes to everything. Like
Love
just
it.
start saying yes. Like, hey, like if this was like, would you like to volunteer? Like, yeah, like just do it because you're gonna learn so much and you're gonna meet so many great people that way who can like become your friends, become your boss, become like just an important person in your life. So always say yes within reason.
Yeah, fair. If they're telling you to jump off the bridge, do not jump off the bridge.
And then the second one that's a little bit more tailored towards like young S&C coaches is just like, don't assume you're an expert in anything.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
I always think I know nothing. Like, I mean, I've been doing this for 13 years. Half the time I'm like, I feel like I'm clueless. Like legit. I'm like, I don't know. And it's okay to not know.
Yeah.
Like, that's a big piece. Like, it's totally okay to not know. Like, there are resources, there are contacts, there are all sorts of things for you to eventually know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if you just start assuming you know everything, then you're just, one, you're not being evidence-based because then you're not really looking at the research. And two, like, if you go into your sessions thinking that you're the absolute authority on whatever you're doing, it's just, one, it doesn't really paint you as a good coach because like people can tell when you are arrogant in that way. Like clients will know and athletes will know, and it just stops your growth.
Yeah.
Because one thing that I've been working on since I've started like my master's is just not being afraid of asking stupid questions.
I love that. 100%. There is no stupid
sessions.
question. Yeah.
So it's just like, just ask questions, just assume you don't know much. Because even like I thought I was really proficient in coaching the squat, bench, and deadlift. But even now, like I'm still learning like certain cues that I never realized to think about, or like certain techniques or certain ways to program to help improve those. And then that's just like tenfold for like everything else.
100%. No, I love all of that. Any last words for the Avos Strength community? People you've coached with, that type of things, people you've influenced?
I want to say thank you to all the clients that I work with. I loved working with every single one of you, chatting, learning so much about all of you guys. Everybody has such a wide, diverse experience in our clients, and just being able to have those like little touch points with each and every single client was really great. Really
awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. So thanks again to Chlarence for everything, whether it's, in the gym, on the podcast, behind the scenes.
Thank you to you as well.
You're welcome. Yeah. Like honestly, I wish you like the absolute best in your next chapter, and you'll always be a part of the Avos team. So
thank you.
Yeah. Thanks guys.